Welcome back to S.O.D Talk. I'll be your host, Darius DeHady. So, what are we going to be talking about today? I didn't get a chance to really talk about the joint practice. I wanted to see the game and see that my thoughts matched from the joint practices, what will happen in the game. So, today we're going to be talking about joint practices, all the different things you guys went crazy on Twitter on. I've been watching. I'm not a big fan of Twitter, but I'm on it because I need to get this information. I watched a few videos too, Douglas Do Wrong, but I wanted to also have my own ideas, which I wrote down. I have a whole list of sticky notes that I'm going through. Also, today we're going to be going through the game, kind of like the general ideas, and then we're going to go more detail on like my winners and my losers. And I'm also going to share two tweets with Nick Driscoll, who I've seen with Reason on his podcast, and then Chris Kaufman. All right. So, get a drink, relax. It's Sunday. We just have football. Football's back. All right. Oh, one of my FIU players scored. I know he's on the Bears. I'm gonna let that's gonna be a little trivia. Tell me in the comments who was the FIU player that scored today against the Dolphins in the preseason game. I give you a hint. He ain't play with me. He's a baby. He's a pup. All right. So get your drink, chill, relax, and come on through. So first thing first, let's talk about the joint practices. First thing I want to say is that T-Stead said it perfectly. Being out physical is not a thing, but you could get punched in the mouth, and the Dolphins got punched in the mouth. If you ever boxed before, I did a little boxing back in college, and sometimes you have certain stipulations in the boxing sparring match, right? No headshots. And so everything's body, grappling, you just working on your technique, and then somebody hits you with a hook or a cross in the jaw. You at that point, you either stop or it's a new match. We're gonna start, hey, all right, cool, it is what it is, let's go then. Right? And so in this particular joint practice, the Miami Dolphins got hit with a cross and a hook, and they kept giving body shots. They're like, okay, cool, whatever. They ain't wanna go like that. Now some of them did, but different players held it down. They didn't want it to get too dirty where practice can get stopped and players can get hurt because you start hitting people in the head. You can knock somebody out, and now they're not ready for the actual match. And I think that's where this came from, where the Miami Dolphins come off as soft with that. Now, I'm not, from what I've heard and what I saw, I don't think they were soft. I think they were just trying to, they agreed upon a certain type of thing, and like, man, y'all can do what y'all want to do. Y'all play like that. We're gonna work on our stuff. We ain't out here. This ain't our Super Bowl. We out here trying to get better. Now, that's on the offensive side. Jordan Brooks on the defensive side wasn't about that. And I'll be honest with you, I'm with Jordan Brooks. You gonna hit me in the mouth, I'm gonna hit you back, and I'm gonna get my get back, just like Armstead said, and I'm gonna get my get back worse. My mama always told me, if somebody hit you, you hit them 10 times worse. So if you slam my running back, I'm trying to put your running back on the bench. I'm sorry. It is what it is. You should never slam them. You started first. You hit first. I hit last. And I'm a bit disappointed in that, but that's just my mindset. As a player, as a coach, I understand it. We're trying to get the most out of this. I'm trying to keep you guys healthy. I'm trying to get you guys to win a game. We're trying to be successful. We got an end goal in mind. But as a player, you hit my boy, I'm hitting your boy. And I'm going to hit your boy worse. You don't hit my boy because I'm going to make your boy go home. He going to have to call his mom like, oh, my back, mama. Lee Mascati, if you guys know, I'm a little Haitian. And so you're going to have to rub him down. He going to have some purple marks when we leave. I'm just letting you know. If it's supposed to be thud and you over here talking and slamming my players, oh, I'm gonna show you thud. And just know, I've done it before when I was at FIU. I put my own homeboy in a concussion protocol just because he was talking to my girl. And I ain't really proud of that, but it's just to let you know the type of individual that my mindset is. If you're gonna do something and we had an understanding and you still gonna do something that you ain't supposed to be doing, there gonna be consequences. So, I'm not too big on the joint practice. That's why I needed to see. So let's talk about what kind of happened there. First off, Chop looks good. He needs more though. I thought this is coming from Terrell Armstead. He looked good. Like, got good bursts, put pressure on the quarterback, make Caleb Williams get off his spot. But we talking about possible defensive player of the year, the second coming of Parsons. Like, we talking that type of talent with this particular player. And when he got drafted, I said he had probably the best burst I've ever seen since like Hall of Fame level players. And so just being somebody who's a little disruptive is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody who's going to be a game wrecker. You know, when they got the X factor in Madden, when that just start pulsating, that's what he's supposed to be. And I need to see more. And Armstead said it too, and I agree. Like I needed more from that particular player, especially how he turned on towards the end and the middle part of last season. Jack Jones looks like a dog, and that's going to really take me into the game because I think he has some things. So I'm gonna put a little check next to that so we can come back to it because I thought Jack Jones. I already told y'all I have a whole video on Jack Jones coming through. He's my DB1. I know Storm Duck was out there, and we'll talk more about that secondary as well. There are some good things. There's some bad things, but during the joint practices, the defensive side of the ball did show up, even though a lot of the stuff is negative. But you can hear from multiple different parts, even from the Bears side, that the Dolphins defense was there. Like they played their game. Now they gave up a few chunk plays, but chunk plays don't win a game, especially if you can't win on the consistent part of the game. The consistency is what's important, right? Next, Jonah is close. This is Teron Armstead. Jonah is close to being a Pro Bowl level player. Technique things just got to get a little bit better, and that takes us into the game as well because I think some things Jonah did was really good, but we'll talk about that when we get there. But in practice, he has to work on some of his technical things. Got to get a little stronger. Got to put his hands where they need to be, especially in one-on-one hands, placements, chest. Let things get into him a little bit too much, and I think that's something that we saw get carried over into the game. Patrick Paul looks good. He has his L's, but he gets his get back, right? You take an L, he's going to take his wins. And a lot of this is coming from Teron Armstead because I watched his podcast and some of the things I saw online as well. And just a little bit from the game, like Teron Armstead looked like he looked like Teron Armstead. I like for real. He got pushed in the run game, but we'll get to that when we get to the preseason game, right? But from joint practices, looks good. Had his L's, young player, but for the most part, you can tell he is probably the best offensive lineman on the Miami Dolphins. All right, Zeke Biggers showing up big. He had a sack in joint practices, and Ben Stilley can play. That's somebody from Teron Armstead. I heard nothing about him, only from you gotta watch Teron Armstead because you get some of that inside information. I really respect former players because especially people who played with those particular players, you kind of know the strengths and the weaknesses. And if they're on the other side of the ball, like for instance, I played DB for the Miami, for FIU, and I knew T.Y. Hilton was a baller, and then Greg Ellison, who got drafted, he didn't get drafted. He was an undrafted free agent that went to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. A lot of people don't know who he was. He got cut and went to the CFL and became an MVP over there. Like I could tell you right now, he was a better technician, a better receiver. He didn't have the physical gifts as T.Y., but he was a better technical receiver than T.Y. Hilton. And I knew that from get, right? So Zeke Biggers showing up big, had a sack and showed some dog in him, you know. Next, Kenneth Grant. He was quiet. And he got to show more. He had flashes, but it's inconsistent. It's not enough to be somebody who you want to be your starter yet. He looks like somebody who's a rotational player right now. And that's my words. I'm just going off of what I heard, but adding my little 2 cents into it. Tua and Caleb Williams both struggled. Caleb Williams processing. Something that you guys, if you watched the game, you saw Zach Williams moving too slow through your reads. You got to know, like, what is your first, second progression, and then the timing of it. Because if you're a quarterback, 3-step drop, eyes need to be on your number one. Ballpark coming out quick. It's 1 or 2 because it's a 3-step drop, right? When you get to your 5 and 7-step drops, now you got time, if your line is blocking, to go through your progressions and get to the next level reads. And what is the coverage? Are you identifying those keys? Do you know what a mic is? Are they in cover 2, Tampa 2? Are they pressing my receivers? Are they off my receivers? Are they funneling them inside? Did they get rerouted? Like all that kind of stuff needs to be processed as a quarterback, right? I know a little bit more about that because I play DB, and so I'm looking at those things like, okay, I'm jam them. They trying to get a slant. I'm going to stay with it. I'm going to squeeze it a little bit because if they throw it, I'm going to jump that, and then if they get it out to the back, I'll rally up to that late. So those type of things, and I think Caleb is struggling a little bit with that. I've read and I'm going off of and hearing. Next, this one right here is just annoying. It kills drives. Fans hate it. Players hate it. Coaches despise it. Procedural errors, false starts, penalties, consistency, protection issues, protection solutions, finding issues to certain things that are coming, and having negative plays. Now, Teron Armstead said one of the biggest things that they had that needs to be cleaned up was turnovers and penalties. And I never even thought of it this way, but if you have a bunch of penalties and you're playing undisciplined football, you'll be picking in the top 10. Think about it. How many teams have lose a turnover battle and win games? And that almost never happens. This has been since 2000 and when I played like 2005. You lose a turnover battle unless you just that good, like Cam Ward was back for the Hurricanes. But you lose a turnover battle, you put yourself in negative game strips. You're losing the ball. You're giving up opportunities. If you have penalties, you start in negative game strips. You putting the ball behind the chains. Now you can't. You gotta get out of your playbook. You gotta throw the ball more. If you're a running team, if you do, now teams are like, okay, get after the quarterback. Like all of those things are. It's like investing. It's like compounding interest. You put more things that are negative, like using a credit card, put it that way, and then you use the credit card, and then that interest hits you, and it's like even worse, and then you're never really getting back to the green because you're gonna stay in the red because of those things like that. So you got to really work on those, like post snap, holding, that kind of stuff. As a coach, as a player, those things are gonna happen. Don't tell that to Cristobal because I got almost smacked in the face for a face mask and knocking dude out of bounds, but those things are gonna happen, especially if you're playing ball. You out there being a dog. It's gonna happen. It's okay. That hit in the game, that shoulder to helmet by Asante, I'm not even mad at it. Hit him again. Hit him again and again and again and again and again. And if it keeps becoming an issue, then as a coach, I'll figure it out. And I'm just like, all right, we're gonna change the area. But make them make the call. You make the play. If there's an issue, they make the call. Players make plays. Make your play. Right. And so I think the biggest issue for the Miami Dolphins is the pre-snap issues. Post-snap, it is what it is. Play game. All right? We'll fix that through coaching. Pre-snap, it can't be an issue. This is procedural issues. These are things that we do when we install it, when we go through walkthroughs. You can't be offsides. Can't be offsides. You can't be offsides. Can't have two people moving at the same time. All right? So we need to make sure that these pre-snap and procedural issues are corrected. And the last thing for never mind. That's everything. So that's the joint practices. My overall thought, they already said it already, but Terrell Dotson and Jordan Brooks was the individuals that had the altercation. At first I thought it was really bad, but then I found out what it was. It was Brooks just being a dog, saying, yo, they hitting our dudes. It's time to get our get back. Don't tag him off. I know a stud, and you come up and you just want to get him up. Okay, got him good. Nah, bro. Lay him out. Put him in the dirt, and I'm good with it. I'm good with it. I'm the type of dude, like, if you do something dirty, I'm going to tell you, watch your back, because I'm coming for you. And I don't care. You could be my homeboy, you my brother-in-law, my cousin, the only thing, my blood brother, it don't matter. My coach. If you put the pads on and you know inside them little white lines, and you do something you ain't supposed to do, it's coming. And I'm going to let you know, too. Because I'm going to point it out. I want you to come. Because I want it. I want the contact. And Brooks is that dog. And you know, he said something. You got a little hot. You losing. Give up a rep. We ain't agree upon that. I get it. It's going to be sometimes. I had arguments with my players before. Only thing I don't like is y'all throwing punches, right? Like, you can be hot with each other. It's cool. All right? Those are things that I think they apologize to the team. McDaniels already confirmed it. They had a conversation with it. I think those things need to happen. If you want this team to be tougher, you want this team to have that dog in them, you got to be willing to, like he said, fighting is unproductive. No. You know what it shows me? It shows me that you got fight. It shows me when things go wrong, especially if you're fighting now and you fight to get better. When things happen, you're going to take it personally and you're going to fight back. And you need that to be a team that's going to do things that big. You can't be soft. And nobody who's playing this game is soft. But you got to be tough together. And that's a big thing, right? Remember the Titans is a good example. Like, all that stuff they went through, like, it needs to be a type of thing where you, like, lock in and be like, there's a commercial. It said they will not pass this line. They can drive 99 yards, but they won't get that 1 yard to get into the end zone to make it 100. Because you got to lock up your back, pull up and say, nah, that's not going to happen. F it. You get in the gap. You be gap. Make sure you feel I'm coming. Make sure when he has nowhere to go for when I come down for him, he got nowhere to go because he ain't going to get past me. That's what needs to happen, right? Those type of things. And I and that is where I think this joint practice was one of the things that the Dolphins really needed to start building the road to be successful. Okay, so now let's move on to the game, and I have a few notes. Now I already said a couple things, kind of to go into it, but uh, procedural issue showed up again. They started behind the sticks because Borum, the right tackle, was offsides. Those type of things can't happen. Like it can't even be one a game. It need to be zero, under one. If it's .5 because it happens and ref just makes a bad mistake, cool. But that procedural pre-snap stuff can't happen. Like that's like the quarterback incorrectly reading the coverage and throws an interception because of pre-snap he didn't see what was happening. Like oh they showing cover 3 and then he just oh my snap. AR get hit, not finding his hot. That was a pre-snap issue, not a post-snap issue. That's pre-snap. Pre-snap, he needs to know what his hot is because that's the issue within that thing. You have 6, you have a nickel right there that's in a cut split that's close to the line. You have 2 areas where you can have individuals where you got to throw hot off. You got to see that. And so those type of things can get you hurt, get your teammates hurt, and is losing football. And that's the thing. I don't care that it was one snap, it was a tap, not a quarterback, but a tackle. But that those type of things are causes you to lose games. All right, we even seen things like that happen over the course of McDaniels. And I don't think this is McDaniels. I just think this is players trying to make plays, but also players not being completely locked in on the things they need to be locked in on, if that makes any sense. Like instead of saying, oh, I got to block this, I got to block this guy, but alignment, be on sides. Be where you're supposed to be. Assignment. It always starts with alignment first. You can't play nothing if you're not in the right position to play. Football is a game of angles. You got to get in the position to get to the angle you need to be to in the right amount of time. All right? Next, Patrick Paul is a dog. I think he gonna be a problem. Like, he's gonna have some things that hit him that he's not used to. He gonna meet people who just a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger. Miles Garrett, what he did to him his rookie year, that's fine. But overall, I think this is a hit, and I'm saying it right now. I was wrong. I thought he was going to need a lot more. I didn't think he'd be like a starter. I thought he'd be an all right borderline start. From what I'm seeing, I know he played. They played against some of the starters, most of the backups, but he did what he was supposed to do, like turning people. The guy who trying to fill pushed him out, moving the line of scrimmage, getting push. Like I haven't seen the Miami Dolphins offensive line push a dude off the line of scrimmage in like forever. Like since the unicorns, like, or I see one dude do it like Austin Jackson. Austin Jackson does that too, or Hunt. Like, bro, I love it. Patrick Paul, hey, it's a win. I don't know if he's an All Pro or a Pro Bowler or whatever his ceiling is, but I tell you right now, his floor, one of the best offensive linemen on this team right now, and he's in that range of being one of the best since the McDaniel era has started, and that's top 10 at his position, I want to say, but I know right now that he can be in that Hunt range, Austin Jackson in the run blocking range, Connor Williams range, and all of those players actually played at some point of being a top 15 player at a position. Moving on, Jack Jones. Jack Jones look good, bro. I know they gave him a PI. He just held on a little too long. I've done it. Get aggressive. I ain't letting you go nowhere. Like, he had an interception, and it wasn't because of the PI. He just held on when he shouldn't have held on because he's just being aggressive. You just gotta let go, and now you gotta ride that hip. You can do the same thing without using your hands, or you don't have to grab, or you could just ride it. You're in phase, but it was just a bad ball. Like they threw it outside of the numbers, and he kind of ran it inside the numbers, and you ain't pushing there. That's a pick anyway. Hey, that's a great rep. Then he had another one in the end zone where he's a little too shallow, and he actually gets back and help and knock the ball out because Buddy actually got the ball in his hands. Like, I like Jack Jones. And this man hasn't even been here that long to learn the playbook like that. I like Jack Jones. My DB1. I'm sorry, Storm Duck. And that goes into the other players in the secondary. It was nice to see Mac Morris with an interception. I think he was a little too deep for the route concept they had, but I'm looking at the broadcast view, so I don't know what the routes he got or what was the decent defensive play it was. It looked like it was man. It was too high, basically man under. And Ethan Bonner, look at you, my guy. Like, over here, making deflection, forcing turnovers, because he was in position to make a play. I like that. I don't know if he was a starter, but he was probably the best DB on the field today. He played the best out of all of them. And I know I was giving Jack Jones all that love, but I mean, I'm a personal fan of Jack Jones, and I'm looking at everything that he did. But Ethan Bonner, didn't see his name. They threw it. He knocked the ball out. He forced a turnover. Probably the best DB in the secondary right now today. Uh, and I'll say the same thing about Jonah that Armstead said. I think he's close in the run game. Like the outside zone, and when he get on the move, he is a problem. Oh, when he duo blocking, two dudes on one, woo, moving people. I like it. Now, when it's man blocking scheme and it's one on one, hey Jonah, we had some issues, bro. And then there was one run where you had that backside that he went around you. Yeah, you did a good job but that's not a winning rep. It so happened that he had to go around you, gave him enough time to run it back out up quick, and he ended up making a tackle, but it was 4 yards down the field because he's chasing. But you do that to the wrong guy, that's gonna kill the play from the beginning. So and then he let people get up on him. Pass blocking was a plus, but he did let people get in his chest. Against better players, he's gonna have problems. He's not the strongest dude. I thought he was a little bit stronger. I think that's one of his issues. He has to work on his technical skills because he's not that strong yet. You can see him resetting, putting his hands up underneath his pads. He can get there. Is he there yet? He is not there yet. He is not there yet. And there's going to be some growing pains. However, you see he is the best left guard we've had since McDaniel's been here. He's better than Wynn. He's better than Wynn. He might not be as powerful as Wynn, but he's a better overall player. Definitely better in pass blocking from what I saw today and from what I'm hearing and what I saw on film in college. The O-line is better than it was. It's not 2023 good when it was fully healthy, but it's if they can stay healthy, the Dolphins' offensive run game, pass blocking, going to be all right. This is the most time I've ever seen Tua have. Like, this is the most before they changed their left tackle. The offensive line was having no problem in pass blocking, and most of the time when it wasn't a power scheme, run blocking, they was winning the line of scrimmage. And if you win the line of scrimmage, you will win games. That's my biggest thing with the Miami Dolphins. They almost never win the line of scrimmage against better teams. And I believe with this particular offensive line, if they stay healthy, there are going to be games where they win the line of scrimmage. Moving on. Defensive side. No, before we go to the defensive side, let's talk about these tackles because I'm not even going to talk about Tua. Tua. He didn't really push the ball, just efficient. Got the ball to receivers. I love how they was able to find receivers, attack, quick outs. They was playing vanilla defense. If that was me after they did the quick out, I'm going to cover two. I ain't letting you throw that again. But, it is what it is. Offensive tackle. I already said Patrick Paul is great. Don't get hurt, Patrick Paul. Because Keon Smith, I can't even say his name. The other one, Fond, everybody know who he is now. They were bad. They were really bad. Zach Wilson. He processes the field too slow. It takes him way too long. I know you didn't have the greatest pass protection, but that's being played on time. If he plays on time, you not even have that many issues, especially in this offense, which is about quick hitting, getting to your first and second read, getting the ball out. And some of them dudes were open. He had an out that almost went for a pick six, and he threw it late. Once his back foot hit, he was like he needed to see the guy start his break to throw the ball. Throw it now. He needs to get there. If he's wrong, it's an incomplete. If you're wrong, it's 6 the other way. And he was wrong. But he dropped the ball. Zach Wilson got to get better. He got to be able to process the field more quickly. He has to move through his reads and his progression more quickly. He has to get to the guy when he's supposed to get to the guy. And he's not doing that right now. And that is a problem. Zach Wilson was Zach Wilson. I'm disappointed. It's the first preseason game. His arm is tantalizing. He is the reason why he was a second overall pick, because physically, with the ball can fly out his hands when his feet are set. Like, wow, arm strength. Got a little wheels on him, can move a little bit, but bro, it is way more stuff to quarterback than just being able to throw the ball far. Like pre-snap, post-snap progression, accuracy, getting to where you're supposed to get to, getting to the right read, defensive coverage recognition, blitz recognition, setting your protections. I mean, I think he did most of that stuff right, but that accuracy, anticipation, and post-snap recognition and getting to it when he's supposed to, that stuff needs to get better. And that's like the core of a great quarterback or a good quarterback. Like you can't do that, and you can do that in college. If you can't do it in college, you can be okay. But if you can't do that in the league, you're not gonna be in the league, and that gotta improve. So Ewers, rookie. It looked bad. He had bad pass protection. He missed some passes, ball behind guys, ball in front of guys. But there's something there you can work with. It was just a bad showing. I don't think he was good. I'm not giving up hope. He's not like Wilson, who's been in the league for multiple years and been a starter. Like you can't have, I can't compare that guy who's getting $6 million and a rookie who's drafted in what the seventh round, sixth, seventh round, like to that. And Ewers and Zach Wilson are kind of in the same place right now, even though Zach Wilson is just physically more gifted than every quarterback on the roster. All right, like physically gifted. Obviously, Tua's quarter QB1, but yeah, we got backup tackles. Like they not good. Austin Jackson, come back, please. Bourne wasn't awful. He has some movement in the run game. I can't be a starter. You need him for a game, for a couple series, a game or two. You can get by, but if he's your starter, you probably be able to run the ball well in certain situations. But like Austin Jackson's a liability in pure pass blocking, pass pro, right? Can't really put him in that and expect him to win. You gotta kind of shift the line towards him, chip with it. You can't put him in those situations and consistently expect victories. Borum is worse. Exactly. Now, Austin Jackson's the plus run blocker. He improves your run. Man, I've seen him throw people. And that's the thing that I'm so cool about Jonah Savaianaya, because I seen him do that too on the touchdown round by Jalen Wright. That hole was opened up because initially they hit the center in his outside zone. He come across, toss him like 2-3 yards to the right. He cuts back inside, touchdown, break one tackle. I love it. I love it. Oh my God, Jonah is my dude. All right. Now defensive side of the ball. Let's talk about it. Jordan Phillips was to me the best defensive lineman on the field. I don't care what anybody else says. I don't care what Cal Krabs. I like him. I don't care what no one else tell you. It was not Grant. It was not one of our starters. Jordan Phillips, he beat a double team, got in and made a tackle. The reason why we got that goal, almost got him all the way to fourth down, in our FIU got caught the touchdown, was because of him. He was getting off blocks. He was strong. When you hit people, they stopped. No extra yardage. He wasn't like the best person to get after the quarterback, but he gave you some pressure up there too. Jordan Phillips, yeah, he a dude, and they got him in the fifth round. That's a dude. That's a dude who's gonna be a starter at some point. Maybe not this season because I like what we got, but next year he should probably be a starter, dude. Grant was active. I think people are blowing up because he had a tip ball and he chased down some screens. That's all good and dandy. That's effort stuff, but he didn't push the pocket. He wasn't amazing in shedding blocks and getting to the run game. He wasn't bad at it. The run stopping is the thing that he was good at. I thought he'd be a little bit more explosive. He looks a little bit like I feel like he needs an off season to really be the dude I want him to be. So he's gonna play. He's gonna be good. He's gonna be bad. But for him to be the guy that I really think he can be, you see that next year. I think he just needs a year in the weight room, a year of training, a year of knowing where he needs to be at. I don't think he's going to be bad. I think he's going to be a good player, but he looks like a bottom first round draft pick, top of the second. He don't look like a top 15, top 13 pick right now. The one game. That's all I saw from him. All right. The linebackers. Channing Tindall. I've been a proponent for Channing Tindall, not because I've seen anything that's amazing. I love a run linebacker that's fast, and I think he's the fastest linebacker we drafted. But I think he should make the 53. Practice squad player. Hopefully he gets the special teams. I mean, Asante with the hit, he was everywhere. That dude should take his spot. He should be on the field. Matter of fact, he should take his spot on special teams too. He looked faster because he moved. He played smarter. He knew where to be. He triggered on plays. When he saw it, he went. Those are the type of things that you're supposed to do as a defensive player. Like, you got to be able to have an awareness. That physical ability is great, but if you don't have football awareness, you're never going to be able to play at any high level or make plays that you're probably not supposed to make. And that's what you need to do to be great. You got to make plays that, like, dang, he made that. He was out of position. He was at disadvantageous. Like, those type of things you need to be a great player. McLennan, pass rusher. He was the best pass rusher on the field. Wow. He on the touchdown. If the DB shaded inside, forcing the ball to go outside, and with that pressure, I don't think he would have got enough mustard on it to throw it if it was an outbreaking route. He would be able to drive on it. It'd be a chance to break it up. Instead, he overplays it. He comes back over top of him. The quarterback throws it up a little high because he gets hit. He goes up. The DB has good coverage, but it could have been better because you want to force balls outside because it's a longer throw. It gives more time for your guys to get to him. And the quarterback got to put more on it because you can use the sideline to help you. It becomes a touchdown. Instead, this is where pressure is supposed to make coverage look better. And he did. It just, the coverage was bad because he over pursued, got beat back inside when you're supposed to be inside already. McLennan, though, great job. Got a sack, made a run in the backfield, coming from the backside, chasing something down. That dude should, right now, I love Mo Kamara. I love the idea of him. McLennan outperformed him. Better than good. Better than all the backup edges. Like, the dude, this right here is enough for them to keep him on the roster. He might not make the 53, but I think he should. But I wouldn't even, after a game like this, I wouldn't cut him and put him on 53, put him on practice squad. You're not gonna get him back. Keep him. Good on special teams. Good, made a good play on special teams. Didn't really see him that much other than that, especially towards the end of the game. He looks healthy. Obviously after tearing his knee. If we had that type of good from that Bills game and he didn't tear his knee, we'd probably win that game. Right? They don't return that punt for a touchdown. I already talked about Bonner. Isaiah Johnson. Good. Hey, man, this is one of them undrafted free agent DBs who he looked like he might be a player. A great job getting his head around, knocking that ball down on fourth down. He saved the drive. Did they catch that? They in field goal range. Kick the field goal. They beat us. Basically, he helped not lose the game for us. And at DB, that's kind of what you want to do. And that could have easily been a DPI, but it's not because he turned his head around early. He runs into the guy, but it's not because he's out of position. It's more into because of how the ball's thrown. It's more like a back shoulder fade. And it's a bad ball. They should have been a little more upfield to the sideline to give the guys a chance at it. So, yeah, Isaiah Johnson, great job. Jonah, I think, going back to Jonah because I didn't say this before, Jonah needs to show more power in those gap kind of schemes. So, that's pretty much all the things I have from the game. And time to give out the game ball. So, losers. Tyndall. I think Tyndall lost his roster spot. I mean, he probably already lost it, but he's a loser right now. I honestly, he can't make the roster with that, man. You got to cut that guy. Like, I think that. And then I didn't say much about B.J. Adams. That fade that they scored on him is one of the worst reps I've seen from a college. That's like I seen high school reps. That's when I first came out of high school and I had to go against Chandler Williams, who was an NFL level player, and I was a high school DB going against him. Like, that's how bad it was. He was impressed. He was inside. He let him beat him outside easy. Then when it's time to drive to the hip and get to him, he's not driving like hard to it. He's running with his arm out. And then when the ball does, he just sticks it out instead of raking across his arms to try to take away the catch hand. Like, it was a bad rep, dude, all the way across. Omar said, just a great ball, be in good coverage. No, it was a good ball. It was just bad coverage overall, too. Like, it was bad, bro. For an NFL DB, for a college DB, that was bad. Like, I had a rep like that on a third down against Louisiana Lafayette, but it was like a whip to a fade, right? They went inside, whipped back out, and then it went to a fade route. The pressure got to the quarterback, so the ball went a little high. But, boy, I drove on that hit. Ball went up, got his hand, and when he went to go catch it like this, I took his hand away, and he had to catch that jump with one hand. And then when I came down, I slung him and flipped him. If he caught it, he caught it. But that's the kind of end-of-the-world aggression you need. Like, you got to attack that man. If you can't get to the ball, attack the man. And that was not what he did. This took his hand out, and he almost got the ball. Still almost got it, but because he was soft with it, instead of being aggressive and yanking with it and pulling it like aggressively, you get a touchdown thrown on you, bro. I have no problem if he goes up there and finish the rep strong. He started the rep poorly, but you finish it strong, and he still catches it. Hey man, we just gotta work on one thing. Being better with your feet. Sliding with it. Jumping back on the fade, going a 45-degree angle, getting to his hip. But instead, I gotta work on that. I gotta work on how you drive to the hip when the ball's thrown. I gotta work on the catch point, raking at the arm, taking the ball away. Hey man, for me, you're a loser. And it's because I played DB, so I'm looking at that a little bit more like in detail. That was a horrible rep. Now, later in the game, he did drive on the ball and almost catch a pick on a hitch, but that's light work. You on off coverage, they hit the ball right in front of you, drive on it. That's what you're supposed to do. That's easy. What else? I think Jalen Wright didn't play very well. I don't want to say a loser because he did do well at the end and caught a touchdown. But yeah, I'm not a fan of how he ran. Obviously, the backup tackles, both backup tackles. Borum, I'm not even going to say he was a loser, but Keon Smith, when they moved him up from guard to left tackle, ugh. And Fende, he is not making the roster. If I keep him because you need a body, but boy, you got to cut him. And if he makes it, then you put him in practice squad. Maybe he got physical ability, and you can build up off of that physical ability. But both of those tackles were bad. Those are my losers. Winners. Just if he didn't get hurt, Madison, bro, and Ollie Gordon at the running back position, both of those dudes ran hard. They caught the ball. They made tight window catches. They was good in short yardage. They showed some decent speed. I love what I saw from them. Decent vision. Madison, I always liked Madison. He never really all put it together. But boy, hey, Omar said we need more running backs. If he didn't get hurt, we don't need more running backs. I say we add one more because of the injury to Madison. But we could take 4 for the 53-man roster. Just for camp, we need one because Madison shouldn't. Don't cut Madison. Keep 4, and we good. I'm good with those 4. And the reason why I expect a lot from Wright, so I still want more from Wright. But if Wright doesn't step up, I'm good with Madison and Gordon and the Wright falling back. And I know we traded up for him, but I'm about winning games. And about winning games, we playing winning football. And if you ain't playing winning football, I ain't for it. Taj Washington, my Washington boys. Malik Washington, both of them, boy. Hey, my family last name, not on my father's side, but on my mom's side is Washington, so I'm rooting for anybody whose last name Washington. And I love it. He is tiny, but he got like that little short area quickness. He's not fast, but I like him. Boy, I like him. He caught the ball away from his body with a DB on his back. That probably was a PD, pass interference. He caught that junk away from his body, getting hit, being strong, breaking tackles, almost getting into the end zone. Hey, Taj Washington. Malik Washington running hard. He got hit at the line of scrimmage and picked up like 3 yards because he spun out of it. He got hit hard, stood up, spun up out of it, came out, got hit again. He did fumble. Thank goodness it went out of bounds. But I like it. Just hold on to the ball. Everything else about it was great. Another winner, I already said it, McLennan and Asante. Those dudes were showing up on the defensive ball. And I like that. Hit him again. Hit him again, hit him again, hit him again. You hit him right. You put your shoulder into the neck area, into his head. Fine. He fell. You was coming into the shoulder. He went down. You hit him, and you led with the shoulder. That's what you're supposed to do. What else are you supposed to do? Throw your back at him? Nah, bro. You did what you're supposed to do. You keep playing ball the way you've been playing ball. It's aggressive. That's how it's supposed to. You're supposed to hit him. Make the quarterback throw the ball right, because the ball, he going to put them in the hospital. That's not your fault. Great job. I don't care about the penalty. I think the refs were wrong. So, with that said, we're going to go ahead and end it here. We got 38 minutes. I'm probably going to cut some of this out because I wanted to make sure we get around 30 minutes. But again, thank you for allowing me to be your host. Continue to tune in. Phins up. The wrong side. Phins up. Have a great day. Hey, man, football's back. We got 2 more and then a week off and the season starts. All right? So I'll see you guys next week. We'll have a show probably every week after the game. And I'll probably throw in a film study whenever I have time. I'm a teacher, so that takes a lot of my time too. So, yeah. See you next time. Like, comment, subscribe, press the buttons. They're somewhere around here. And I appreciate you. Enjoy the S.O.D Squad.